Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers, welcome in. Let's dive into your 3-month outlook for July, August, September 2026. Remember to take what resonates, leave the rest, and remember nothing is set in stone. But let's have a look more or less. What is the outlook for the next 3 months? But as I'm sitting here with your cards, the astrology for the next 3 months, one thing really came through almost immediately, like for you guys, is that you cannot build your future while continuously looking over your shoulder at the past. So I feel like this reading is going to reveal something about a turning point, not because everything suddenly becomes easy, right? But because Spirit is placing several crossroads in front of you between July and September, the choices that you make this season really could have something to do with long-term effects on your home life, your career, your finances, and your relationships. What's really fascinating is the oracle cards that came out already, which is telling a story on their own regarding your next 3 months. I mean, if we're looking at your first card here, and we'll dive into each one of the channel messages coming through, but I mean, just looking at the overall energy, is we've got action, courage, Jupiter beginnings. We do have decisions here. All right, and we do have past lack and suffering. All right, so beautiful souls, Spirit is like showing a journey from some sort of hesitation into movement, from uncertainty into decisions, making decisions, from old wounds into a brand new chapter. And the question that does become clear is, will you carry the past or will you choose the future? So let's dive in. These cards have been shuffled already. We will be taking clarifiers, looking at July, your home and personal life. Again, thank you for hitting the like button. I really appreciate it. And leaving comments, even if it's just the wolf emoji and the blue heart. July, home and personal life, justice reversed with the 7 of Pentacles. It feels like a month of reflection for you. There may be situations maybe within the home or family that maybe might leave you questioning whether things have been fair. So some of my Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers, you may feel like they've invested far more energy into you guys may be feeling in the month of July that you've invested far more energy into a situation than you've actually received maybe in return. Because the 7 of Pentacles here is talking about waiting or patience, reevaluating, reviewing. And Neptune does continue its retrograde, right, journey. And also Mercury eventually will also go direct late in July. So truth begins surfacing. So I'm hearing here, was that really worth my energy? All right. So there's this energy of, was it really worth your energy? And I feel like July is not going to be about rushing into some decisions, right? It's going to be about honestly assessing where your efforts have really been going. All right. Now, in the month of August, we land up with the 7 of Pentacles reversed, and it's clarified by the Knight of Wands reversed. August might just bring some sort of frustration with some sort of delays. All right. Now your patience is wearing thin. Something will feel stuck. Perhaps it'll be a move. Maybe it's a family plan, home improvements, personal goals isn't just progressing, as quickly maybe as you hoped. And we do have the eclipses in August, right? They likely will be revealing somewhere about where energy has been invested without the sustainable results. Like the Knight of Wands reverse says, don't make any impulsive decisions simply because you're tired of waiting, all right? So maybe some of you may feel tempted to abandon some sort of plan altogether. But Spirit's saying, just take a moment just to pause before reacting. Now, September, we have the 6 of Wands reversed, clarified by the Page of Pentacles reversed. I feel like September feels humbling, but not harmful, all right? There might just be realizations where that external validation isn't the answer anymore. So this card is suggesting to learning to trust your own progress, even if others don't immediately recognize it. We do have the Aries full moon on the 26th of September, which could bring some sort of clarity about personal goals, friendships, or future plans. What matters now will be about, whatever matters now isn't proving yourself in the month of September, okay? It's going to be about building something meaningful. Let's have a look at work. Work, we have the Knight of Cups and We're clarifying it here by the Five of Pentacles. So you work in career, right? I feel like this in the area of work and career for the next 3 months, I'm actually getting this energy. This area becomes incredibly powerful as the month progresses, because here we have the Tower and we also have the Eight of Wands. And we have the Knight of Cups, okay? But we'll get clarifiers out and really dive in and deep into each month here. Here, with these 2 cards, I feel like in the month of July, a door begins opening for you. The Knight of Cups often brings that invitations, offers, conversations, opportunities. And there's a Five of Pentacles that's reversed, that's suggesting that you are moving out of some sort of difficult cycle within your career. And maybe for some of you, this may be finding work after a period of uncertainty. For others, this may be finally feeling hopeful about a career path once again. This feels like at the beginning of some sort of recovery in the month of July. Now, the Tower is going to come in here in the month of August. Wow, beautiful. You see, we're clarifying it by the Nine of Cups here. So this is going to be one of those combinations that literally look intimidating, right? But actually feels very positive because we've got the Nine of Cups there, right? The Tower removes what isn't aligned. The Nine of Cups brings that wish fulfillment. I'm hearing here the thing you thought was falling apart was actually making room for something else. And that lunar Leo solar eclipse that we'll be having the 12th of August, it feels strongly connected here. Some sort of career change, sudden opportunities, some sort of shift in a direction. Something unexpected may just occur, but ultimately it's going to be creating some sort of ultimate wish satisfaction, all right? And even in September, look here, we got the Eight of Wands, right, which is quick communication, quick things moving fast, and yeah, judgment, all right? So wow, I'm even picking up the Emperor here. Wow, okay, this is beautiful. The reason why I'm saying is September, I'm getting that Emperor energy, all right? It's like September looks like a breakthrough month for you. There's some sort of breakthrough. You're stepping into your authority, or authority figure may be significant. There is going to be a lot of momentum in the month of September. Our judgment is talking about some sort of life-changing decision. It feels like receiving clarity about where you're heading professionally, and maybe some of you might get promotions, leadership opportunities, business growth, some sort of major decisions, contract launches. The energy feels fast moving after I'm hearing months of waiting. Perhaps you can let us know in the comments, what is that for you? Let's have a look at love and relationships. We have the, why am I struggling to pick up this card? We have the Nine of Cups. Okay, this is the Nine of Cups, all right? And, okay, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, so at first glance, it looks contradictory, all right? Like you're getting some sort of emotional satisfaction, but there may be something about a wound beneath the surface. Some Cuspers may appear happy externally while quietly processing unresolved feelings internally. There might just be a lesson in the month of July not to settle for surface level fulfillment, and maybe to ask yourself, what does my heart really truly need? What does my heart truly need? All right, maybe you can ask yourself that in the month. Not what looks good, and not what feels convenient, but what truly nourishes you emotionally, all right? But in the month of August, we do have the Two of Cups, all right? And let's clarify this, okay? The Hermit. This actually feels quite significant. The reason why I'm saying is the Two of Cups is about that connection. So it brings connection, mutual understanding, partnership, all right? But the Hermit here suggests something about introspection. Some relationships might just deepen through meaningful conversations. There might just be some others that require some sort of temporary space to understand what each person truly wants. Maybe perhaps with that Pisces lunar eclipse that we're having on the 28th may just illuminate some sort of emotional truths that have been quietly developing over time, all right? Here we have the Ten of Wands in the month of September here. Yeah, Six of Swords reversed. Okay. Spirit's going to be asking for some honesty in the month of September here, and something about maybe you carrying a relationship entirely on your own, right? Maybe you're carrying emotional baggage that should have maybe been released years ago. Like, this card could suggest something that feels heavy because something was unresolved, something remained unresolved, something wasn't resolved. And so September might just be inviting you to not drag the old pain into the next chapter, right? Healing requires movement, not avoidance. Very interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at money. Money, we have the Eight of Pentacles, finances, and we have the Ace of Swords reversed. Okay, your effort is there in the month of July. Your dedication is there, but clarity may not be there. Okay, so something about you working hard and consistently on something, but there's no clarity. There might not be clarity on something regarding what you're working on. This could be confusion around contracts, financial plans, business ideas, or budgeting. I'm hearing double check details, all right, in the month of September. Read everything carefully. Mercury's movements throughout July. Make careful communication. Yeah, make careful communication especially is important. So careful with communication and double check things in the month of July, all right? But continue working on what you're working on, but just double check things. All right, interesting here we have the Page of Swords in the month of August, and I always say, look at this specific Page of Swords, look at her face, all right? She's not impressed. Here's the Eight of Pentacles reversed, all right. Maybe August is going to feel like a learning month financially, all right? Research, investigating, reviewing plans, gathering information. There could be a need to improve systems, habits, or skills before financial growth that you're asking for can fully arrive in the month of August. So it's not failure, it's refinement. And maybe you're going to be looking at your money that is not growing like you thought it would grow, and you're not very, very impressed, all right? So reevaluating everything. But in the month of September, look at this 10 of Cups here, all right? Whoa. These cards just fell. Okay. We have another Page of Cups here. So Page of Swords to Page of Cups, okay. This actually feels nice. I like this. The reason why I'm saying is financially September appears connected to emotional satisfaction than rather numbers. Something about a blessing or a good news or a supportive offer, an opportunity that feels aligned with your values, all right? So some of you, this could be family-related financial improvements that could appear. This could also be one of those warmest financial outcomes. Yeah, this is actually a very, very, very warm financial outcome for you in the month of September. This hasn't come through any of the cusp readings as yet. This is good, all right? So you're disappointed about something regarding your money here. Here, your money, you're observing your money here. But here, 3 months later, at the end of about September, you're going to be happy. All right, things will look good. So keep working on what you're working on, all right, whether it's saving money, your business projects, whatever it is, keep going at it. And overall, I mean, if we're looking at, again, going back to your oracle cards for the overall energy for July to September, action, courage, Jupiter, beginnings. This is the card that feels like it's your future calling you, all right? That the opportunities are out there. Doors are opening. Action is required, all right? So when we do some manifestations, we want something, all right? We still got to put the action in place, all right? Even if it's a slow, steady, all right? Action will be required, all right? Jupiter is also influencing this reading that's saying, which is basically encouraging the expansion, growth, the possibility, the faith. The universe seems to be ready to meet you halfway. All right, so definitely over the next 3 months, the universe is meeting you halfway with everything that you are working on. Here we have past lack and suffering. I feel like what Spirit wants you to release here, this is what Spirit wants you to release: the belief that there isn't enough, the fear that history will repeat itself, the wounds that maybe you convinced yourself to expect the disappointment. These cards don't show that you're staying here. It feels like that you are moving beyond this, but I'm hearing something about a decision and a choice, because here's decisions, all right? Yeah, decisions might just be your main theme here. Many of you guys will face important decisions between now and September. Some decisions may involve relationships, careers, home matters, financial directions. All right. So this card may just suggest something about involving a decision. You become more uncomfortable than making one. Yeah, maybe the decision will become more uncomfortable than actually making the decision. Very interesting. All right. So what I'm hearing here, what Spirit's saying as we close this out here, is the chapter that is ending, it taught you some sort of valuable lessons, all right? But it was never meant to become your permanent home, right? So I'm hearing here, stop actually measuring your future through the lenses of the past disappointments, because there is opportunities arriving now that's going to require your trust, courage, and just a willingness, to make different choices or to choose differently. Because I'm hearing whatever is unfolding between the month of July and September, it's not punishment. It's actually preparing you. It's preparation energy coming through, that you are in the position, all right, for new beginnings. Beginnings are standing out here. So my Wolf Soul family, if this message helped you in any sort of way, perhaps you can acclaim, I choose my future, all right? Basically saying you're leaving this behind and you're choosing your future. Claim that in the comments, all right? Let this be actually like your declaration, declaration to the, I hope I said that correctly, to the universe, that you're no longer allowing the past to influence your decisions, all right, for you. Because what new beginnings are, yeah, maybe you can let us know also, or you can sit down and think about what new beginnings are you claiming between now and September. What is that new opportunity, a new relationship, a new mindset, a new chapter, just new, all right? And maybe if you feel called to share it with us, share the positivity in the comments below. Yeah, so just to help your brothers and sisters out, those that might be feeling a little bit down right now when you get this, all right? Spread some new positive energy in the comments. What are you wishing and hoping for that you're putting action in towards for the new, and what are you letting go of if you feel called to? Maybe don't even put in what are you letting go of, just put in what are you calling now in, all right, the new. Yeah, it's to celebrate your journey with you, so we can all celebrate and put your tensions in the comments. And sometimes, my beautiful soul, is the bravest thing that you can do is to stop looking back, right? And to finally start saying yes to what is ahead. So I'm sending you love and light, and I'll definitely check you around in the next one.